Okay, welcome back everyone. This is part 2 of the family and relationships update video. So last time we talked about dating and marriage, and this time we'll talk about raising children and starting a family. Okay, so once your relationship with someone is high enough, the option to propose appears, and so I'll do that now, propose to this person, and I'll also go ahead and marry this person as well. So the moment I marry this person, this cost per week shows up, and this is how much that person costs to maintain. So that's like their expenses, like eating and clothing and all that stuff, all bundled up into this number here. Now, let me just eat because I'm a bit hungry. Okay, so it's not all like costs and negatives when you marry someone. If I just end the week now, you'll see that this person can also earn money. So at the moment they cost $108 per week, but you can see here Claudia also earns $700 per week. So that's a pretty good deal. That's a $600 benefit in your favor from the earnings that your partner makes. And your partner's earnings will generally go up as you get wealthier as well. So it doesn't stay at this amount. Okay. So that's one of the good things about getting married. Now, another option that you have is to Yahoo, and this will use 10 hours, increase your fun, and there's also a chance of a baby appearing. And at the moment, it's at 10%, and that number will change depending on how good or bad your current relationship with your partner is. So I'm going to go ahead and Yahoo now, and congratulations, you have a baby. Okay, so we've got a baby here now, an unnamed child. We can rename them to whatever we want. So I'll just call it child 1. And the age in brackets here is 0 because they've just been born. And your relationship starts out at 50 and it costs $41 to raise them. Now, the most important thing is your relationship with the child. And the way to increase this is by playing with them, which uses 20 hours. So at the moment, because my relationship is 50, if I play with them, it'll increase the relationship by 8. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Now, if I play with them again, it will only increase the relationship by 6.77. So the higher your relationship with your child is, the harder it is to make it go higher. And conversely, the lower your relationship is, then the higher you recover by playing with them. The more you recover by playing with them. And now, with the relationship, every time it's their birthday, so when they're 1 year old, 2 years old, etc., the game will work out whether they've had a good birthday or not, depending on your relationship with them. And if you have enough good birthdays, then you'll get an advantage. But if you have too many bad birthdays, you get a disadvantage. I'll talk about that in just a bit. Firstly, another thing here is the cost of raising the child, and this cost is currently only $40 per week because they're 0 years old and they don't have many needs. But as the child ages, this cost will go up, and as you get more money, as you have more wealth and possessions, this cost will also go up. So this is like to simulate sending them to private school and doing other things that a rich child will do if you have lots of money. Okay, so back to the relationship thing. Now, I'm going to load up another game, because once your child turns 16, you can actually ask them to leave the house. Okay, so currently this child is 15.9 years old, and they're costing $147 per week. So this child is a lot more expensive to raise now that they're older than the 0 years old child we saw previously. Now, if I just make time go past, and on their birthday, on the 16th birthday, they grew up poorly, so you lose some happiness. Now, a new option appears once they hit 16 years old to leave, where you tell your child to find their own one-bedroom apartment. So if I do this now, this child has actually only had one poor birthday and nothing else. So if I hit leave, unnamed child has found their own place to live, and they had 1 bad year. So your happiness need is permanently changed by +2. So that means from now on, instead of your happiness staying at 50% by default, it will go up to 52% by default. So if you have, like, for example, 10 bad years, then your happiness need will be changed by -7, I believe. And if you have, like, for example, 10 good years, then your happiness will be changed by a higher amount. So it's really important to raise your child well, or at least not raise them too badly, if you want to get a good happiness boost. And it stacks as well. So if you raise multiple children really well, then you get multiple happiness boosts as well. And if you have enough children, eventually you could even have a permanent 100% happiness boost as well. Okay, so yep, that's the raising the family part. There's also a divorce in the game as well if you don't maintain your relationship with your spouse. And I won't spoil the surprise for you, but divorce, if you have to go through one, the consequences are quite severe. So you want to try and avoid that as well. Okay, thank you for watching. This update will be released onto itch.io and the default Steam branch. And I'll see you next time.